Okay.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Is Amanda, are you ready to do whatever?
Audrey.
Audrey, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, how about you be Amanda for a while?
I guess I can do it. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Hello. I'm Audrey Farwaji. I am the Director of Development at Christopher Community. So we have the new housing development, La Madre Landing, that was approved for funding and will start construction, we're hoping, in the fall of this year. So this is going to be a 52-unit building. It's going to be affordable housing with rents set between 30 and 60% of AMI. So what we have proposed to the town and the village is a tax exemption agreement, a pilot, payment in lieu of taxes. Because the project is state regulated, it's rent restricted, and normal taxes are going to sink the operating budget. Pilots are pretty typical with affordable housing projects. I know we have a pilot with the town of Camillus, town of Geddes, and the town of Eaton. So actually earlier this evening, already presented to the town. Their work session was this evening as well. So basically what we proposed is a percentage of shelter rent calculation, which would be based on the rents collected for the project minus utilities times a percentage. What we originally proposed in the most recent draft, we have 6%, but I believe in reworking the operating budget, that percentage can increase. So the town actually asked us to send them projections. We can send the village projections as well if they'd like to look at what our current operating pro forma looks like. But that's essentially what we're looking to do. I know the town is going to have to come up with an agreement to disperse those payments to like the village, county, and school is my understanding. But yeah, I just wanted to be here, answer any questions, clarify anything, and
On the original cover letter from John,
yes.
he said that apparently, I don't know how long ago, there was an agreement at a figure of 8%, and now it is
Yes.
at 6%, and now am I hearing?
Yeah,
you
that it should be able
don't
to
know what it
increase.
is right now?
It should be. We hopefully can. In the last iteration of the budget I was looking at, we can support 7. We may be able to support 8. We're in the process of like finalizing budgets now that we're funded. We're getting updated. Updated quotes for things and kind of updating the budgets to get up to date. So that's why things are still a little unclear, not fully finalized, but we should have something finalized very shortly, and that's why there's some fluctuation.
This is Bob Baldwin, our attorney.
Hi.
One question, at the town, when you met with the town at their work session, did they discuss the formulas to be used for allocation of the pilot proceeds? I know usually it's done on percent of comparing the revenue per thousand of assessed value with between the school district. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what.
Yeah, they briefly touched on it. I'm not sure. They certainly, they weren't coming to any conclusions or final decisions tonight. So I'm not sure what their plan is, but I know.
So we used to do it OC to, just take a look at that and then allocate it out the way the taxes would be allocated.
Yeah, so I believe that's what they would do. I obviously can't speak on behalf of the town, but I would assume that they would negotiate and talk
I just didn't know if they were.
about. Yeah, they started to mention it, but did not really delve too deep into that.
That would probably be something between you and their attorney to try and.
Right. Yeah, they've got the
I had
town's
a
got
question about the term pilot, and unfortunately, Mark's not present. I'm familiar with pilots and payments in lieu of taxes
Right.
that OSIDA would hand out. But for a not-for-profit like Syracuse Home, I know Mark has had some talks with the state in terms of how that's reported in calculating our tax cap.
Yeah, because I know that
Mark
they're trying to
contends it's not a pilot.
have, yeah, there was some legislation which Governor Hochul actually did not pass, in which the pilot payments would not be considered towards the tax cap.
So how does a not-for-profit, if an agreement worked up, how can it be a pilot? If they don't pay taxes? I mean, St. Mary's right next to you, that you also own, there is no pilot.
No,
That's
there's
my
no-
understanding.
Yeah, there's no pilot. I'm not sure exactly what kind of taxes they pay. I believe it's something. I'm not sure what kind of exemptions it has, but
Mark looked that up, I don't remember.
Yeah.
They pay water. They pay for the water.
yeah, we have to pay special
And we have
assessments water.
an unusual agreement with Syracuse Home, pilot agreement, where they just basically said, we don't have to pay any taxes, but because the village is contributing, because they're maintaining things here and provide services to us, we want to pay you something. So that's been going on for, I don't know, 20 years or so. Yeah, a long time.
Anybody have any questions for Audrey?
So.
Try to understand this.
So, is this based on the money you take in for rent, a percentage of that, or is it based on an assessed value, which is a totally different number, as far as what percentage you're gonna pay? That's where I got a little lost.
I think those are two different issues. One is how the money taken in would be divided among the four
And how
municipalities.
it's distributed to
That's
towns. I got
what
you.
Bob's saying on assessed values.
That's where I got confused. I wasn't sure what the.
And Audrey is saying, and when I read in here, it was like the monthly rent of apartment 12, it's net. You take
Yeah,
out,
net rent.
then the percentages of that. So I assume like if you had a vacant apartment, it wouldn't factor in at all because there'd
Yeah.
be no revenue.
So it's not a fixed number. It could be doing this 12 months of the year.
Yeah, it's basically so that we can ensure that the operating budget is going to work since everything is, restricted. Yeah.
And are you all set with the planning board? Is that all
Yes.
done?
Yes,
Okay.
we should be all set. Yes, we got all the approvals, extensions that we needed at the time, so we are all set. Yes.
You said fall time?
Yeah, we're aiming for fall right now. We have to close on all of the financing, but that is our target is October right now.
To start?
Yeah, to start construction. Yes.
So, how long will that construction last?
Yeah, it's gonna be roughly 18 months.
Okay.
And you said 57 units?
52.
52, and it's a reduction from what you originally planned a few years ago, I believe. I think that's in this letter too. There's
Yeah.
like a 5 fewer or something like that.
Yeah, when it first started, but yeah, 52 is the final number.
So, do the trustees who are present have any questions?
No, this time, no.
Not this time, thank you.
You got a waiting list already?
Yeah.
Not quite yet, but yeah, we'll start marketing as soon as it's coming. Yes.
You
Do you treat that
mentioned,
as unrelated business income?
What's that?
Do you treat that as unrelated business income?
The
Rent?
the rent. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure.
I mean, that could be part of it because to a certain degree, charities that are in the business of renting, that's not part of, although providing housing is what you do,
Yes.
collecting the rent. There's all sorts of questions. So that may be another reason why not-for-profits in this particular area end up with pilots to take care of that because of the issue of it's not totally tax exempt property because of what's going on.
No. Yes. Right.
Syracuse University had that a while ago with a dome.
yeah, Billy Joel doesn't count. That's not educational.
No, unless they give them an honorary degree before it starts.
When you were explaining this, you said 30 to 60% of average.
Oh yeah, the area median income.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it also, the structure right next door is seniors? Is this also your target audience, is seniors? And
This one is no. The target audience is not seniors. It's more family, but it's 1 to 2 units. There are also There's funding and services that's going to be provided through OPWDD, which is the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. So we're partnering with Access CNY. There's about seven units set aside for individuals with an intellectual or developmental disability to provide, for independent housing in the project. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. I don't know. We're glad that you're finally getting here.
Yes, very glad.
It's been on our wall for quite a while.
Yeah. Very glad it's gotten funded. Yes. Well, thank you for your time, and if anything else comes up, please reach out.
Okay.
Thank
Have you
you.
gone to the school board?
No, we have not. Typically, we usually just go to the town and the village, and then we let everyone sort that out. So unless they request us to
Yeah.
meet with them, we haven't. But okay.
People who don't.
Thank you.
Is this,
Thank you.
and didn't want the fire department there, this is a much better option.
This is in complete compliance with the PDD that was drawn up.
Yes.
For the area.
Yep.
Right.
Whereas the fire department was not really. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, we got another 7-8 minutes before the clock hits the designated hour.